Hello everyone and welcome back some more Let's Play Chrono Trigger. In the last episode, we got here to the end of time after defeating 6 R-insert number Y units, which were Robo's friends. And we also learned how to use magic, and we fought with Specchio, who actually taught us how to use magic. And now, we're going to be going back to Chrono, Marl, and Luca's time, which I believe is this top one? Yes. And we're going to be training our magic and hopefully getting stronger. Also, if I sound a little strange, it's because I went for a walk today and I was outside for a bit, so I sound like a little odd. Anyway, let's talk to these guys. Maybe. You folks came out of my wardrobe, didn't you? What are you doing in there?
Who do you think you are, coming and going from someone else's wardrobe at all hours of night and day? Humans, I'll tell you.
Wait a minute.
Medina is a village of fiends, founded by our ancestors when they lost their war against humankind 400 years ago. Most of the townsfolk still have a grudge against humans, so be careful.
There's an odd old human who lives near a cave in the mountains to the west. He may be able to help you.
Thanks. But why are you being so nice?
It's been 400 years since man warred against Fiend. There's no use living in the past. Of course, not many other fiends seem to agree with that.
So, aside from these fiends, everywhere in this town will be fiends. So if you go to Medina Square, there's chanting, and there's chanting for the Magus statue, or the Fiend Lord, as he is known. We're not going to worry about that though. There's also the market, which has those two guys. Any of these places you go in, you can fight the fiends. Except for these forest ruins, which we actually can't access except for this chest, which has a mid-ether. Can't do anything with this yet. Maybe one day. But not right now. I will say, if you do end up trying to fight all of these fiends, aside from the ones in this residence house on the left, you're not going to get really anything good out of it. So I would just hold off on going there for a while. Anyway, here's Melchior's cabin.
Oh, you've come to see me. Well, by all means, have a look at my collection.
Yeah, I'd like to buy a weapon. So, Melchior, he has some pretty good weapons. In fact, he has 3 weapons that if you didn't pick them up in the derelict factory, you can get them here. But he also has a Crimson Blade, which we will be buying. We have enough money for it. It gives Chrono not only +3 attack, but also +2 magic. He does have titanium vests. I don't see the reason to buy them, because we're getting to a point where we're not going to need titanium vests anymore. So let me equip that. And also let me go over here and equip Luca's plasma gun. One of her only upgrades for now. But we'll get to that. Luca does get... oh, that was him, before I cut through, that was him explaining that if we go through the mountain, we can actually... Or go through the cave, we can actually get to our town again. So, let's start by using our magics. Now, granted, these guys you can just use regular attacks on, but they have very low magic defense, so might as well just use your magic. Plus, gives you a chance to check out your cool new moves. Oh, nice. 420. Hell yeah. And we learned Antipode. So just like with the other techs we had, where we could learn like Fire Whirl and all that stuff, you can also learn dual techs for magic stuff. So Marl's ice plus Luca's fire makes Antipode. When you mix 2 different, I guess, elements together, so fire and ice, or fire and water, because ice isn't an element, water is the element, you get shadow magic. So fire plus water, fire plus light, water plus light, you know, all equals shadow magic. If you combine, say, fire and fire together, you get just fire magic. You just get a really strong fire attack. But, you know, not really pressing, I guess. Not the most important thing to know. What is the most important thing to know is while you're in this cave, all of these enemies have really high physical defense. I highly recommend you come in here with a good amount of MP and ethers and such. Another thing about this game when it involves magic, characters have a slight resistance to the magic that they are adept at. So for example, Marl is good at water magic. She has a little bit of a resistance to water damage. Still takes a good amount, but versus Luca, Marl's going to take a little bit less. And since these guys are affected by physical attacks, I'm just going to mash the A button and get through this. Alright, 118 experience, not too bad. Marl leveled up. And yeah, I do recommend just using regular items to heal. At this point, you should have a decent amount. If you don't feel like using regular items, you can always go to this, change your party members, bring in Robo, and then use him for healing purposes, which is what I'm going to do. You can also just use Marl's heal, but in the DS version, this is something you can definitely abuse, and you might as well take advantage of it. What's next? Now we got the Evil Weevils, which I think are just called Rhino Weevils. Yeah, Rhino Weevils in this game. But in the SNES version, I think they're called Evil Weevils, which is just kind of goofy to me. A little strange. Or not strange, but fun. Fun's the word I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm snagging a blanket to wrap around me so I can, I don't know, be comfy. Maximum comfort as we record here at DuffE Industries. Industries? Yeah. Alright. Let's grab that mid-ether. And let's go down here. There's nothing down here except for a couple items, I believe. Just a item, rather. And then a few enemies. Ooh, pardon me. Also, if you are wondering, yes, Fire Whirl does still count as magic. That's why it did so much damage to the fiends back in the Middle Ages when we were there. So you can definitely use Fire Whirl to attack multiple enemies if you'd like to. Save some MP on Chrono, and a little bit of MP on Luca as well. Okay. Gotta fight these bats. Once again, these bats, I believe they just have really high evasion, is what it is. Oh goodness, I hate this move. I'm glad they keep missing though. I think the bats have high evasion and also high defense, so there's no point in trying to hit them with physical moves. Might as well just hit them with magic. Kablamo. We got him, boys. 84 experience. Now, if you're trying to get some tech points built up in this game, I don't recommend trying to grind them in these areas. Oh, a magic scarf. Let's actually give that to... yeah, let's give that to Marl. Magic +2, which is, I would argue, more important than defense right now. Considering Marl still has really good defenses. I actually want to make sure that... Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that there was no... there's nothing else that Luca could obtain. Alright. Oh, pardon me. All the walking I did today... I went on a walk today after I had lunch with some friends. Did a little bit of walkies. I don't normally do that, and I feel like I need a nap now. I feel like I gotta recover. I also did eat a really greasy, like, thick grilled cheese which also could probably be playing a part in why I want to take a nap. Couldn't be that at all. I don't know. 128 experience, 8 tech points. Alright, let's check this item out. An ether. Once again, I highly recommend just holding off on using your ethers and such until you absolutely need to. And I also, again, don't recommend grinding for levels and tech points against these enemies because they don't provide very much. Oh. Well, that's cool, I guess. Oh well. We still take out 3 in one turn, in one round, rather. Alright. I'll just show you with Chrono what happens if you attack. It does really low damage. See, we've only done 31, 40 damage so far, and I believe these guys have 100 health. They don't hit very hard, but you know what? Screw it. We'll just, yeah. They do give a decent amount of experience, so if you're trying to get some levels, that's probably okay to grind up. But like, yeah, look at our TP. Like, we need 130 for cleave. We need 120 for cure, 130 for napalm. Like, you need a lot of tech points, and you're not going to get them here. Right. Let's wait on Luca. It's okay that it's okay that Chrono's taking some damage. Oh, they're too far away, I guess. There we go. Also, I noticed in the past like 6 episodes that the bottom screen on the bottom right was slightly above the bottom of the video. I have since fixed that, so there's only a tiny gap between the bottom screen and the top screen, which is what I wanted. I do want the gap between those two there because, I don't know, it just kind of makes it, I don't know, it's slightly easier on the eyes, to me at least. Maybe I'm just a goofy goober, but anywho, let's show off Antipode. Haven't shown that off yet, and it was the first move we gained once we got into this dungeon. Yeah, combines Luca and Marl's magic attacks. Makes a cool little move. More experience, more TP, and a mysterious force seals it shut. Remember that for later. We will come back for it. Well, maybe comeback's maybe not the right word, but we will. No, that is the right word. Comeback's the right word. Oh, there we go. Okay, well, whenever you see a save point in RPGs, usually that means there's a boss fight coming up. So make sure you have a shelter and use it at the save point. Heal up, and then make sure you're ready to go, which we are.
Death to the enemies of fiend kind.
This is the Heckran, and what I recommend doing is going all out on offense against this guy until he is ready to counterattack. Look at that, almost 400 damage in the first just round. So, follow up, the best way to handle healing is either A, by having Marl and Chrono heal with Aura Whirl, which is what I'm going to do, because the Cyclone does do a ton of damage. And then having Luca do damage. You can also just use Chrono to use mid potions on everybody. But since... Oh, well, here we go. This is his counterattack phase. If you hit him while he is doing this, he will hit you, and it'll be a lot of damage. So now he turned off the counterattack, you can go all out on offense. As long as you don't hit him when he's trying to counterattack, you should be able to win this fight pretty easily. Especially if you've been following along with how I've been playing. There we go. See, that's an example, by the way, from earlier when I said that characters have a natural defenses against their own elements. I almost said Robin. That's what I normally name Luca. Luca and Chrono don't have that natural defense, so they take about 45 damage, while Marl only took 28. Ooh, a Cyclone. We better heal up Marl. Oh, I'm just gonna wait. Nah, I don't need to use fire. Okay. Now, as far as I know, there's no, like, Pokemon strat thing where, like, fire beats grass, grass beats water, all that fun stuff. I don't believe there's anything like that here. So you don't have to worry about, like, ice doing, or water doing more damage to fire, and so on and so forth. Let's wait until he's, yeah, gotten out of that stance, and then attack again. Should be getting pretty close to death. Wow, I thought that was it. I thought the game paused, like, perfectly. But yeah, this is another example. You know, Chrono just took almost 100 damage from the Cyclone, while Marl only takes about 70. God, this is such a cool move. I love this. I love those two moves. Oh, we beat him. If only Lord Magus had destroyed the human race 400 years ago when he first brought forth Lavos, the world would belong to us fiends now. Oh. So Magus created Lavos in the Middle Ages, and in the future Lavos destroys the planet. We can use the gate at the fairgrounds. And so we leave. But before we go to the fairgrounds, the game spits you out at Luca's house. And before you go anywhere, go in here, go upstairs, talk to Luca's mom. Also note what Luca's mom's name is. L-A-R-A, Lara. Or Lara, whatever you want. You're so thoughtful. Now you may be wondering, why is Lara sitting there? You will find out later. Because that actually does have some story significance. Anyway, let's talk to Taban. Throughout the game, Taban will make defensive items for Luca. And you, if you're using Luca, absolutely should use this. Taban's vest gives a halves fire damage, which it already takes off some damage because Luca is naturally resistant to fire, and it gives her +2 speed. So just like that, Luca only has 2 speed less than Chrono. Granted, she also is wearing the speed belt, which gives her another 2 speed, but that is crazy. So definitely come back here every once in a while after you've beaten, you know, a main story mission or something, and talk to Taban. You don't have to have Luca in your party for this. You just need to talk to him. But to get him to talk, to get him to be where he's standing so you can talk to him, you have to go up to the first floor, or to the second floor, and talk to Luca's mom. If you want to go back into the vortex for whatever reason to talk to Melchior, and you want to go the long way, you can always just press A here and go back. But since we haven't been here in a while, let's go to Chrono's house, and let's talk to Mom. Oh, Chrono, you had me so worried. They said you were to be executed. Don't worry your mother like that. Well, sorry, Mom. let's go upstairs and heal. And that way we can also reset Mom so we can introduce Luca to her. And if you remember in, I think it was episode 1, if you bring a new party member... Hi! Luca, you haven't been coming by much lately. I've been busy with my research. Well, don't push yourself too hard. And say hello to your parents for me, won't you? Once again, Mom always has something to say to new party members. And once we get through this next area... And by next area, I mean once we get through this portal, we're actually going to end today's video. So, unlike before, where the time gates took you to the new dimension, so like for example, it would just take you straight to Truce Canyon 680. It now brings you to the end of time and opens the connecting portal. So, these are now always available to us from the end of time, and also at the fairgrounds and or in the Truce Mountain. With that being said, I'm going to end today's video off before we go back to the Middle Ages, and I'm going to say thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!